I welcome you to the fourth part of our topic, the glory of God they don't talk about. The glory of God they don't talk about. Now, we are talking about different ways by which this glory manifests itself in the life of a Christian in an enviable way that most preachers today don't know about, or they don't teach their members about it. They don't show their members how to behave, what they should do, how they can do, practical things they should be doing. This glory will come into their life. Mind you, I am just talking about how the glory manifests. In this message, I will not be talking about how you get to there. In the next message, perhaps, maybe when I will be talking about the living tabernacle, there I will tell us what a Christian has to do, should do, and will be doing. This glory becomes your property and normal lifestyle. It is as simple as that. So in this video, we are going to look at the sixth way by which this glory manifests itself in the lives of a Christian. Now, so number seventh point here is that it edifies and stirs holy hunger in other Christians. I have seen it happen. Like I mentioned, the lady I saw, that was in video number 2. I saw, and her appearance and everything. I am a Christian, yes. But I realized that this spirituality of this girl was far outweigh my own. I had to look for a way to up my spiritual ante. I just had to go and do extra work. I had to check out sins I commit. I had to look at if I'm holding grudge against somebody. I had to look at the iniquities I commit and how to read them, how to draw closer to God. That lady became a stirrer and edification. And I remember the day I was in the church. The name of the church is Last Days, Messengers. And the young ladies, let me leave that one. There's a point where I will talk about this one. I am coming to that. So let me leave that one. But I know of a Christian. He's a reverend minister. Let me borrow that one. By name Reverend Okereke. He's a minister with Assemblies of God Church. Then was one of the fathers in faith we had. Now, do you know Reverend Justin Okereke was a man that so much loved God that, see, there's something that normally happens. He's not a rich man. He's not a wealthy man. But let me say something. There was something that man had you don't have. Many Christians and great popular preachers today don't have. Do you know? I thought I was the only one that used to notice this. Anytime Reverend Okereke shakes your hand, most times you notice something will pass through you. A wave will go through you. I thought I was the only one. My brother Joel Chijoke I mentioned before told me the same thing. I said, this man, there's something in him. That made me, I used to go to his house. I realized this man loved praying. He always loved to sit at the feet of God. He loved praying. The man loved praying, communing with God. The intensity of God's presence around him was just too strong. And that was why those of us who were just learners, children under him, we converted that type of life. It steers us. What about this brother we are having night vigil? Bro Mike, that was the person God used to preach to me, and I gave my life to Jesus Christ. We were having night vigil in one Assemblies of God church, Kagoro, in southern Kaduna State. One night, the prayer intensity got to a point. Two things happened. But let's look at it. We notice a prophecy came from a lady talking about the reverend who is late now. Reverend then was a pastor, missionary pastor to the church in Kafanchan, Kagoro to be precise, under what we call, in Assemblies of God, what we call Kafanchan missionary area. Do you know, the prophecy came is telling us, look at my servant. Don't you like who he is? Can't you see that my glory is upon him? Can't you see how he is glowing? Can't you see? To be very frank, we are not seeing light. But when you look at that man of God standing on the pulpit, vibrating in prayers, there is something unusual there. There was something unusual there. Now, me that was not willing to pray, just sitting down, Mike came and burst tongue and passed me. Before I knew it, I felt like somebody jacking me up. I stood up. Prayer, fire up. That is the type of glory I am asking that church. Do you still remember this type of glory? It edifies, steers the church towards to action. You can read that in Proverbs 27 verse 17 at your own time. Number 8, we have it adds a unique touch. A touch of uniqueness in everything the person does. This is a point I said I will talk about those young ladies in last days church I attended. I love that. Whenever a man in whom the glory of God is and from whom the glory of God flows out is moving, or a woman is doing something very unique comes from that person. If the person is walking, it is different. It's unlike any other one. If the person is talking, there is difference in it. If the person is doing anything, copying notes, sitting and listening to something, whatever he does is different. Especially when he is doing something like talking to people or singing. These young ladies were given an epileptic microphone. You know this microphone that has cord. They were to sing special number. By the time they went to the front, they called them out. The minister called them to come and present their special number. The moment these two girls came out from the choir to the front and collected the microphone, there seemed to be a change in the environment. The place seemed to begin to feel cold. My dear, I noticed it. Many people in that church noticed it. I don't know why. How many? These two girls. Now, where the thing became more intense was when they entered stanza 1. Even though the microphones were cutting and joining, the moment they started to sing, trust women now, plenty women left their chairs and went on their knees. Men, it's only difficult for the Spirit of God to touch men, but not in front of those ladies. They were not preachers, they were just common members in that church. Before you knew it, I started noticing people struggling on their seats. Me too, I feel like I was a visitor. I felt original presence of God coming from just everywhere, just because two young ladies in whom the glory of God was something. The same thing applies to many things. There's a uniqueness in the things they do. There's a unique touch in it. I don't want to talk about my book, which I sold in the conference. How that is so. People thought I came with charm. But that book was a firebrand. I finished 6 bags of that book. While people that have better books than my own, those people, let me even show you the book. Yes, this is the book. Perhaps if you are an Assemblies of God church member and you were in youth convention at Okpoto, Ebonyi State in 2008, you may have seen this book sold one morning, the day Reverend Dr. Sweke finished preaching. This book came out. I wrote this book as a bachelor. I was not married. But the grace of God, we are talking about glory. Give me what I put down here as a book. You see, there are only 2 remaining now. These 2. The reason is because they are publications, they are printing, there were mistakes in the binding. So we couldn't carry this, so I have to extract them. But the book's finished to the point that the pre-publisher, when I went to pay him this balance, was asking me whether I used charm to the play. What happened? I said, sir, I cannot explain. So when the glory of God is upon you, to be very candid, there is a unique touch of uniqueness to everything that you do. It will be unique. Are you teaching? Let me say something. Look on the screen. You will see the results of my students. I am a teacher. Can you see them? I teach technical drawing. And I don't enter exam hall, let alone try to do expo. These are results starting from 2017 to 2024. Look at the performances of my students. This is a common clear fact that the glory of God adds special touch to everything that a child of God does. Follow me for more. Let us get the last part of this message and share this video. Let others, benefit from it. That God may teach us to hunger for this unique glory that many pastors don't talk about. God bless you.